Hello, my name is Mr. Karl, and I'm very excited to read a story to you today. This is called What's Silly Hair Day with No Hair? And the reason I picked this book out is because, much like our main character, I am also somebody with no hair. And when a school celebrates Silly Hair Day, what do people like me and our main character, what are we supposed to do? We don't have any hair. So let's get into our story and find out. The author is Norene Paulson, and it's illustrated by Camila Kerosene. Bee wore hats everywhere. Sometimes Bee's best friend, Sheila, wore hats too. But Bee never worried about hat hair like Sheila, because under Bee's hats, there was no hair. And I gotta say, that is one of the benefits of being bald. I don't have to worry about if my hair gets messed up when I wear a hat. Bee had hair when she was born. A lot of hair. Before Bee turned 4, she was bald. Would her hair grow back? Nobody knew. Bee couldn't remember having hair, so most days she didn't even think about being bald. Her family loved her. Her friends didn't care. And when people stared at her, she smiled back and ignored them. But some days, being bald was all she thought about. Like when Sheila got new hair clips and Bee wished he could use them too. Or when a classmate called her a mean name. Or when everybody was excited about Silly Spirit Week. Everyone but Bee. One of the days is Silly Hair Day. But what about me? Bee yanked off her hat. Well, her friend Sheila said, we'll think of something for you to do. And you can see they're celebrating Silly Spirit Week. And Monday is Silly Costume Day. Tuesday is Silly Backwards Day. Wednesday is Silly Hat Day. Thursday is Silly Feet Day. And Friday is Silly Hair Day. So that one, it might be a little difficult for her to participate in. On Saturday, Sheila suggested a silly wig, so Bee's mom took them to Characters to Go. Bee tried on long wigs, short wigs, and way too big wigs, but the hair fell in Bee's eyes. It itched her scalp and tickled her neck. Silly, yes, thought Bee, but right, not quite. And look at all these silly wigs Bee's tried on. And she doesn't look very comfortable in any of them. I think she's more comfortable just being who she is and not worrying about covering up the fact that she has no hair. On Sunday, the girls tried crafting some silly hair. They cut and they glued and clipped and braided. Silly? Yeah, thought Bee, it's silly. But right? Not quite. And I think I'd have to agree with Bee on this one. Her crafted hair doesn't look very good. Looks like a nest of gummy worms, said Bee, flinging the cap in the trash. This wouldn't be so hard if I just had hair. Maybe I'll just stay home on Silly Hair Day. But you'd miss the Silly Spirit Week picnic, said Sheila. When Bee shrugged, Sheila added, if you stay home, I'm staying home too. Then you'll miss the picnic, Bee sighed. I'll think of something. But would she? I wonder what she's going to come up with. Let's find out. On Monday, Bee had superpowers for Silly Costume Day. No idea for Silly Hair Day. And she only had 3 days to think of something. On Tuesday, Bee rocked Silly Backwards Day. But she still had no idea for Silly Hair Day. Her stomach fluttered. And look at Bee on Silly Backwards Day. It looks like she's wearing her entire outfit backwards. On Wednesday, B won the wackiest hat award. But an idea for silly hair day? Nope. Now her stomach started flip-flopping. Only one more day. Then during lunch on Silly Feet Day, an idea. Silly? Yeah, thought B. But right? Unless Sheila and Mrs. Cambridge agreed. B asked Sheila first. Yes. During recess, the girls headed to Mrs. Cambridge's office. High fives. Silly? Yes. But right? Alright, I'm really curious what they came up with now, because it seems like they have a plan for B to participate in Silly Hair Day. Let's see what that is. After school, B and Sheila went shopping, and they rummaged through craft boxes. They searched through junk drawers and worked into the night. So they really got a plan figured out. The next morning, B's mom dropped the girls off early. One by one, students noticed this new sign outside of Mrs. Chambers' office. Silly hair or head day? Questioned one's classmate. What? Why? Asked another. So it looks like they changed the name of the day from just Silly Hair Day to Silly Hair or Head Day. And B slowly lowered her hood. Everyone can participate, B and Sheila said together. Their classmates marveled at the silly gem and tattoo designs on the girls' heads. B and Sheila grinned at each other. Silly? Yes. And just right. So take a look at what B and Sheila did to their heads. Since B doesn't have any hair, he put all of these silly tattoos and jewels on her head. And B did so too, alongside of her. And it looks like her teacher is also doing the same thing. And this shows that even though B was a little bit different from the other kids, she still found a way to participate and to be proud of who she is. And I think that's the most important lesson of this book. I hope you enjoyed learning about B, and I really enjoyed reading this story with you today. Be safe, be well, be happy, and I look forward to reading another story to you soon.